There is a quiet force in the world, soft as moonlight, warm as sunrise, that does not demand to be seen. Yet everything it touches begins to bloom. It is not loud, nor forceful, nor proud, and yet it is the very rhythm of life itself. This is the feminine energy. In a world chasing speed, dominance, and control, she flows like water, whispering truths the mind has forgotten. She does not conquer, she remembers. She does not fight, she embraces. She does not build walls, she melts them. And the soul of a man, lost in the chaos of the world, can only be found again in the stillness she offers. But let us begin with the silence within him, the silence that screams, not the silence of peace, but of pain unspoken. There are men walking the earth, strong backs, silent lips, tired hearts, warriors by day, but crumbling inwardly by night, not from battle, but from emptiness, from carrying too much and sharing too little, from being expected to hold it all together, yet having no one to hold them. He is praised when he's useful. He is admired when he's stoic, but when he aches, when he weeps quietly into the night, the world turns its head. Be a man, they told him, which meant hide your hurt, bury your tenderness, kill your sensitivity, and don't you dare ask to be seen. And so he learned to suppress, to armor up, to move through life like a machine, reliable, efficient, unbreakable, and utterly unseen. Yet deep within him, there is a part of his soul that longs, not for more achievements, not for more battles to win, but for something far more sacred, to be loved without condition, to be held not for his strength, but for his very being. This is where the feminine comes in, not just the woman, but the energy she embodies. Nurturing, intuitive, soft yet powerful. She does not fix him, she sees him. She does not rescue him, she reminds him, you were never broken. When she is present, not just physically, but spiritually, something begins to shift in him. The way she listens, not to reply, but to understand. The way she touches, not to arouse, but to soothe. The way she simply is. Open, warm, welcoming. Invites his soul to come out of hiding. She doesn't ask him to be more. She allows him to be less, to set the weight down, to rest, to breathe, to cry if he must. Because she knows that true strength is not in the armor, but in the courage to remove it. Feminine energy heals a man's soul, not by changing him, but by creating space for him to remember who he truly is, before the expectations, before the shame, before the conditioning. There was a boy who felt deeply, loved freely, laughed loudly. She invites him back, not to become a boy again, but to reclaim the wholeness he abandoned. In the name of survival, in her presence, he finds peace, not because she solved his problems, but because she accepted him without needing to. She doesn't compete with his silence. She joins him in it. She doesn't rush his healing. She honors the process. She doesn't need him to be a warrior. She loves the man beneath the armor. And this energy is not reserved only for the presence of a woman. It is in the wind that brushes against his skin. It is in the moon that watches over him in solitude. It is in the music that makes his chest ache with beauty. It is in the tears he allows to fall without shame. It is in the forgiveness he grants himself for not always being strong. The feminine is everywhere. She is the earth beneath his feet, the ocean that calls him home, the divine mother who says, You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to prove your worth. You are enough. Even now, especially now. And what happens to a man when he receives this healing? He softens without losing his edge. He leads without needing to dominate. He speaks from the heart, not the ego. He protects with love, not fear. He becomes the man he was always meant to be, because he has tasted something rare, unconditional acceptance. And from that space, he begins to give the same to others. He becomes a lighthouse, not just strong but safe, not just capable but compassionate, not just masculine but whole. And the world changes, one healed man at a time, one man who no longer hides, one man who honors both fire and water, one man who learned that the gentlest touch can awaken the deepest strength. So to every man who feels tired, burdened, unseen, you are not alone. And to every woman who wonders if her softness matters, it does, more than you know. Because in a world that teaches men to numb and to armor, it is your warmth that awakens them. It is your presence that melts the ice. It is your love, pure, patient, powerful, that brings them back to life. And so, let the visuals flow like a dream. Soft rivers, falling leaves, open skies. Let the music echo the heartbeat of the earth. Let the words sink deep into forgotten places. And let us remember that healing is not found in force, but in surrender. And it is the feminine energy, subtle, sacred, and still, that teaches a man how to come home, not just to you, but to himself. A woman in her true feminine essence becomes a sanctuary, not just a partner. Her presence does not pressure or demand. It invites. She invites the man to soften in her arms, not because he is weak, but because he has found someone strong enough to hold space for all that he carries. Her intuition senses what his words cannot say. Her energy says, "You're safe now," even before she speaks. And in that safety, his soul begins to repair itself, layer by layer, wound by wound. It is not always grand gestures that heal him. It is the little things. The way she smiles when he enters the room, the warmth of her hands on his chest when he is troubled, the softness in her voice when the world has been too loud. She brings him back from the edges of isolation without trying to fix him, simply by being what the world has forgotten to be, gentle, present, and real. In her love, he finds not just affection, but restoration. If you made it until here, leave a crown emoji in the comments. I'm doing a little experiment, and I want to see how many of you reach the end and are truly willing to finish what they start. And remember, live with honor or die a coward. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay strong.